Here it is, folks.
The January 6th riot are now under criminal investigation by the Department of Justice. Now, this comes after weeks of hearings on Capitol Hill with evidence and testimony from many of his former allies about the effort to undermine the 2020 election results. Yesterday, the former president delivered his first speech in Washington. It was his first since leaving office, where he appeared to lay the groundwork that he's going to run again for president. Jeff Begates has more from the Department of Justice. Jeff, good morning to you.
Lock him up. Lock him up. Gas prices were put up. Gas prices were artificially boosted to attack Dark Brandon. Okay, because the Saudi government hates him because they're like, oh, you're not like Trump. You're not our dog. You know what I mean? Like Trump was. So then he decided to do the Mac attack by going and hanging out with MBS and looking all chummy and shit. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, that's right. And then in that secret meeting that he did, he stole the orb, the secret to the Saudi power. He stole the magical orb. Trump never stole the orb. Trump actually took power from the orb and conceded. Okay? He conceded to the power of the Saudi kingdom and the family. Okay? Whereas Dark Brandon stole the orb, lowering gas prices magically. He kidnapped the orb. Now, this attack, okay, the theft of the Saudi power orb was incredibly taxing on his body, which is part of the reason why they had to say, oh, he got COVID. It wasn't the COVID. It was the orb that was actually stealing his life force, because that's how it works. Okay? So what did they do? They had to immediately shut the whole process down. They lied and said it was COVID, which is fake. Obviously not a real disease. It's not a real disease, but it's also simultaneously real when it's killing Republicans, obviously. Because remember, Dark Brandon started this operation when he decided to release the vaccines and then claimed that the vaccines were going to save you from COVID, right? And then Republicans, of course, saw that and were like, oh, of course I'm not going to do that. Brandon wants everybody to take the COVID vaccine. I'm not going to take it. It's fake. So then they started dropping like fucking flies, dude. Dark Brandon, first line of attack, killing way more Trump supporters than Donald Trump ever could with COVID. Okay? Then they claimed that he got COVID in order to recover from the orb's attacks. And then they cloned him. This is the new version of Brandon. Some say this is he got a facelift. I say stay woke. This is the new model Brandon.
Whether the former president is a target of this criminal investigation here at DOJ, but one thing is for certain. People in his orbit are definitely in the crosshairs of prosecutors. Investigators right now, we're told, focused on seized phone records and that fake elector scheme that, if successful, would have potentially overturned the results, or at least tried to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
Then I won a second time, did much better the second time. Did a lot better.
Former President Donald Trump repeated.
Remember, the Moonies in Korea and Japan were aligned with Shinzo Abe, another person that was an ally to Donald Trump, okay, internationally. Shinzo Abe famously fed those koi fish alongside Donald Trump. Brandon never forgot that. That's the reason why he was assassinated. A lot of people foolishly thought, oh, Shinzo Abe got fucking assassinated because, like, he told the weebs to fuck more and not like their body pillows. Like, wrong. That's not the reason. Okay? Donald Trump is connected to the Moonies. You have heard this already. You have heard this. Look. Here. Where is it? Korean speaks. Come on, where the fuck is the... Where's the video? I need the... God damn it. I need to find the fucking video of Donald Trump speaking Korean. Does anyone have it? Everything is connected. Trust the plan. We are bakers here, okay? Stolen from Chapo? No, Chapo didn't talk about this, did they? I didn't finish the latest episode. They might have talked about it in the latest episode with Noah. Hasan is a gardener, slowly cultivating content. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me, okay? But Chapo are Grey Wolves as well, alongside myself and Dr. Oz. Clearly, Chapo, TrueAnon, the Hasanabi heads, we are an interconnected network of truth seekers. Do you understand? Brace Belden, famous journalist.
Now North Korea is the world.
No. Not denouncing North Korea. When he fucking talked to the cult, dude, he cut a video talking to the cult. Like directly. No, not this. How do you guys not know what I'm talking about? He speaks in Korean. Oh, here, this is it. Trump spoke at an event for controversial Korean cult church as part of his weird 9/11 anniversary weekend. Yep, there it is.
And in particular, Dr. Hawk Jahan Moon, a tremendous person for her incredible work on behalf of peace all over the world. Her story of escaping from North Korea at 5 years old, at the outset of the Korean War, is an amazing example of the power of faith in Almighty God. I also want to thank her late husband, Reverend Moon.
Doesn't he speak in Korean in this? I thought he did.
For founding the Washington Times, an organization for which I have tremendous respect.
This is some Adult Swim shit? No. I thought he did. I thought he spoke in Korean as well. Maybe in the longer version?
I want to thank the universal tremendous person, Korea at 5 years old, at the outset of the Korean War, is an amazing example of the power of faith in Almighty God. I also want to thank her late husband, Reverend Moon, for founding the Washington Times, an organization for which I have tremendous respect and admiration.
Okay, I guess maybe he didn't. Yeah, I got Mandela effect. Anyway, but yeah, he is talking to the Korean cult that is backed by the CIA, that Shinzo Abe's family was also linked to, and of course that's the reason why Brandon and the orb is linked back to that as well. That's the reason why Brandon fucking got Shinzo Abe. Okay, Brandon is launching an attack on the Moonies. That's right, I said it. True. You know it to be true. And we're getting back to Dark MAGA. Or not Dark MAGA, sorry. Dark Brandon.
Of election fraud on Tuesday as the Justice Department deepened its investigation into the election aftermath.
If I renounced my beliefs and just took it easy, the persecution of Donald Trump would stop immediately.
CBS News has confirmed the DOJ prosecutors working on the January 6th investigation question witnesses.
This reporter has like a problem. That's why he sounds like he's crying all the time. He has an issue. I forget what it is. I remember making fun of it, and then Chatters yelled at me about it a while ago.
Before a grand jury, including two top advisors to then Vice President Mike Pence.
I did receive a subpoena for the federal grand jury, and I complied with that subpoena.
Part of the investigation is focusing on potential fraud after the 2020 election and the alleged efforts by Trump allies to use fake electors supporting Mr. Trump. The other...
Hasan has mastered the holier than thou performance. I am not holier than thou, brother. That's a self-report. Maybe it makes you feel like when I say things like, oh, this is wrong, or oh, that is wrong, that hits you in your fifis a little bit. And then you assume that I'm being holier than thou for saying, like, I don't know, American imperialism is bad. Also, notice the double S. That's always homies with a double S, dude. Homies with a double S always love fucking hitting you with the virtue signaling, or you speak out against murder. Must be for some other underlying reason, I guess.
Their focus is on the alleged conspiracy to stop a government proceeding and the certification of electoral votes, as prosecutors look into the pressure campaign on then Vice President Mike Pence. He was also back in D.C. on Tuesday for a dueling speech, offering a vision for a GOP that can embrace Trump loyalists.
I don't know that the president and
I work at IG and got your shadow ban lifted. Thanks for consistently providing exceptional news coverage and radicalization for all of us. Wait, really? If you are for real, thank you so much. I don't know if you're fucking around or not, but thank you.
differ on issues, but we may differ on focus.
This DOJ investigation is different from the current congressional inquiry, which cannot result in a criminal prosecution, but committee members have supported a criminal probe into former President Trump.
I sure as hell hope they have a criminal investigation at this point into Donald Trump.
In an interview with NBC News on Tuesday, Attorney General Merrick Garland said that no one is above the law.
We intend to hold anyone who was criminally responsible for the events surrounding January 6th, for any attempt to interfere with the lawful transfer of power from one administration to another, accountable.
Almost daily now, the AG is peppered with questions about whether he could indict or charge a former president. It is a weighty decision, and it would be unprecedented. In the past, the former president has denied any wrongdoing. Gail.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much.
So there it is, boys. There it is. We got him. We got him. Dark Brandon on the attack. Let's see what he has to say now that he's coming back. COVID-19.
My staff saying, oh, he's back. Thanks for sticking around. Hello, everyone. I've just tested negative for COVID-19 after isolating for 5 days.
Bro, this man recovered faster than me. What the fuck? It's got to be Paxlovid, right? Paxlovid has a tendency to offer negative results when you're taking it, but then when you get off of it, it gives you positive again, I think. But I recovered in 10 fucking days, bro. I couldn't get a negative before 10 days.
Thankfully, I'll now be able to return to work in person, but I want to thank you all for your well wishes, your prayers over this past week and the calls I've gotten. I also want to thank the medical team here at the White House for the incredible care they gave me. Fortunately, God willing, my symptoms were mild, my recovery was quick, and I'm feeling great. The entire time I was in isolation, I was able to work, to carry out the duties of the office and without any interruption. It's a real statement on where we are in the fight against COVID-19. Right now, we are facing a new variant, the BA.5 variant, a very transmissible version of Omicron variant we saw here this past winter. In fact, this new variant that infected me is getting a lot of people infected all around the world, not just here in the United States. We should take precautions to try to slow the spread of this virus. My administration has made billions of dollars in funding available to improve ventilation in our schools and our public buildings. We've made tests widely available so you can take one before attending a large indoor gatherings or visiting with high-risk individuals.
It's such a bad message for Brandon to work having COVID. Shows that workers should too instead of resting. Yeah, that's the message. Why do you think that is the... Yeah, that's the reason why he's doing it. Here's two reasons why he's doing it. One, because he wants to fucking come across as like a beacon of health. Okay, look how healthy I am. Because like obviously there's plenty of people who are understandably saying like this guy's gonna fucking die. People being myself, even though I did tell you he's probably not gonna die. And two, it's promoting the message that like even when you have COVID, you can still get your ass back to work.
We've made high quality masks available for free, so you should consider wearing a mask when you're in a crowded indoor public place. These precautions add an extra layer of protection for you.
He's literally outside 5 days without a mask, by the way. That actually is going against COVID. What is PewDiePie relevant, dude? I don't give a fuck.
You and for those around you. But the reality is that BA.5 means many of us are still going to get COVID, even if we take the precautions. That doesn't mean...
He's outside after testing negative. I think it's okay. No, even if you test negative, you're supposed to... Okay, I had COVID not that long ago, if you remember. What you're supposed to do is wait for a negative test, but even if you get a negative test, after 5 days, you can go outside, but you still have to wear a mask. After 10 days, you can take the mask off when you're outside.
We were doing anything wrong. Unfortunately, this COVID is still with us, as it has been for 2.5 years. But our fight against COVID is making a huge difference. What's different now is our ability to protect ourselves from serious illness due to COVID. In fact, that's radically different today than it was just a year ago. COVID isn't gone, but even with cases climbing in this country, COVID deaths are down nearly 90%. And when I took office, that's 90% difference for today and when I took office. That's what's new. That's what's new in COVID response. Different from where we were just a year ago. Even if you get COVID, you can avoid winding up with a severe case. You can now prevent most COVID deaths, and that's because 3 free tools my administration has invested in and distributed this past year: booster shots, at-home tests, easy-to-use effective treatments. We've got through COVID with no fear. I got through it with no fear. A very mild discomfort because of these essentials, life-saving tools. And guess what? I want to remind everybody, they are free, they are convenient, and they are safe, and they work. First.
Breaking news overnight.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's looking alive, Jack. Dark Brandon, he's it's a clone. Stay woke.
President Trump's actions leading up to the January.
We already watched this earlier.
We're joined in studio by CBS News chief election and campaign.
Yesterday, we watched Donald Trump also fucking give a speech where he basically alluded to running again in 2024. My king, you are nothing in comparison to the wrath of Dark Brandon. As we all know, Donald Trump is openly stated, or not openly stated, but basically alluded to the fact that he's probably going to be running in 2024 to save the American nation from the grips of the communist revolution that Dark Brandon is bringing. But Donald Trump is no match for Dark Brandon. Dark Brandon stole the election, as we all know, okay, through a sequence of mules, I think. I don't know, whatever the fuck Dinesh D'Souza says. And Dark Brandon is going to, knowing full well that he can't steal the election a second time, is going to arrest Donald Trump. Donald Trump's going to jail, folks, because Dark Brandon is going to get him arrested by using Dark Garland, Dark Merrick.
Campaign correspondent, that's Robert Costa. Bob, I'm so excited to see you in person. Thank you so much for being here. We just heard Merrick Garland say, no one, Bob, is above the law. Is he signaling something? Should we read anything into that? What does this investigation mean ultimately for the former president?
Well, great to be here with you all. CBS News has learned that questions are being asked about former President Trump's conduct during the final days of the administration. What was he doing with conservative lawyer John Eastman, Rudy Giuliani, to try to upend and overturn the 2020 election? We're still not sure if Trump is going to be a criminal target of any Justice Department investigation. But the pressure is mounting. Congresswoman Liz Cheney told me she and others believe inside Congress that there was a conspiracy here to overturn the election. The challenge for Garland is criminal intent provable at this point? But they are having a grand jury investigation to see where it all goes.
Well, President Trump is making, or at least he's leading us all to believe that he's going to run again. I think that remains to be seen. Should he still be considered the leader of the Republican Party despite all of the chatter and swirl around him? Much of it negative?
Great question. He certainly wants to be when you talk to his allies, but it's not clear he is going to remain the standard bearer for the Republican Party. So many other rising stars in the GOP, Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, they're making moves toward possible 2024 runs. That's in part why Trump is getting out there now, not announcing, but giving these big speeches. He wants to potentially freeze the field, stop others from gaining traction.
So this is uncharted territory for the Justice Department. I spoke to former Attorney General Eric Holder and asked him, if you were the Attorney General, would you indict former President Trump? He said yes, because no one is above the law. But it does set a dangerous precedent. What are you hearing?
It's a complicated and charged legal and political question. On one side, there are even some Democrats who privately worry about the way this could all tear at the civic fabric. But there's also a question of what would it mean if he didn't prosecute? Right. Should he believe there was criminal conduct that took place inside the White House? That also could tear at this nation's civic fabric if people felt Trump somehow got away with something.
But they keep calling it partisan, and they keep...
The rise of Dark Brandon. Civic fabric, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. What will we do with this nation's civic fabric, boys? The White House tells me they have a deal with Manchin. This is real. Build Back Manchin is back. Reconciliation is expanded. More details soon. What is happening right now? Oh, my God. Joe Manchin and Joe Biden got COVID at the same fucking time, dude. They got... Oh, my God. We already know COVID spreads sometimes through anal. We know that already. Oh, my God. I don't mean to ship content creators, okay? I know that, a lot of your favorite CCs don't like when I ship them inappropriately, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Dark Brandon fucked Joe Manchin. Sorry. Hashtag parasocial. Hashtag Jen. Patriots are in control. Anglican and Shintoist removed from power. Baptist on his way out. Catholic takeover inbound. Yep. It's fucking happening, dude. It's happening! Love the idea of the GOP won't throw libs and shit in jail on bullshit when they take the House Senate, regardless if Garland presses charges. Oh, yeah. Yeah, momentum. Hashtag momentum. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Joe Brandon is doing it. He's taking over. He's taking over. It's done.
Keep saying witch hunt, Donald Trump says. But many of the people who are testifying are Republicans who were his allies, who were key people in his administration.
What sense are you getting about their perception of Trump, his political peers?
Well, you know that right now, former Pence aides like Mark Short and his lawyer, Greg Jacob, they are going before a grand jury. That's serious business. And they're telling the truth under oath to Justice Department prosecutors about what happened. It's significant that the Justice Department is moving closer to Trump. We've paid so much attention to the congressional side of this, the January 6th committee. But at the end of the day, it's the Justice Department that will likely have the biggest impact on this whole story.
Yeah. Merrick Garland is going to go in and investigate the MAGA crowd for the crimes against Merrick Garland. They took his Supreme Court of the United States seat away from him. So what he's doing now is revenge. Revenge of the Garland, okay? If you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you, folks.